Welcome to Soul Stage Thursday night. Christopher Moumakwe is a visionary marketing pioneer and digital strategist who has made a lasting impact on the African media landscape. Long before social media became mainstream, he championed digital marketing across the continent and helped shape many brands and institutions and show them how to connect online. His leadership has been recognized nationally. He was crowned in 2019 as Africa's Man of the Year in the media category by the Department of Social Development and named one of the 100 Mandelas of the future for his exceptional vision and leadership. He also serves as an advisory committee member for Tswana University of Technology's Journalism, Public Relations and International Relations program, where he mentors young media professionals and creates platforms for work-integrated learning. As a passionate entrepreneur, Christopher founded Afro Connect, Africa's first social media platform designed to archive African stories in a positive light, celebrate success across 48 countries, and educate young people about the benefits of risks of social media. Through Afro Connect, he has provided university students with tools to build positive online portfolios and improve employability, and has created employment for more than 500 young people since inception. Today, Chris is a very, very special guest, and he runs the Stream Festival Revision Game Show as well as STEM into the theater. Good evening, Chris. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, and how are you?
Good to have you. You are doing some amazing things in our community today. Let's talk about Stream Festival Revision Game Show. What is it? How is it played? And what kind of game show is this?
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. So Steam Festival Revision Game Show is an educational entertainment experience that takes place on Fridays at the South African State Theatre Precinct. It brings together schools from across the province, specifically in Pitori, to compete in STEM-related challenges through acting, singing, rapping, quiz, and we also added a spice, dancing, it's an interactive games, and the idea behind the show is simple. Revision doesn't have to feel stressful and boring. Young people naturally enjoy music performances, and social media now, it made things worse. Our kids nowadays love being on social media, and so instead of separating education from entertainment, what we did, we decided to combine them, make them one as edutainment. That's where the A in STEAM becomes so important, and art helps us make science, technology, engineering, and mathematics exciting, memorable. And when learning, when learning, learners are laughing, performing, and competing, they are also revising their curriculum without even realizing it. Kids nowadays, they can use AI to do their homeworks, assignments, but they can create a script using AI, in acting or music, combining with curriculum. But they must study, that script, because on Friday they are going to compete at the South African State Theatre. So in that way, they are revising, because our rules are simple, no copying, no phones, no AI on stage. It is you and your brain, basically. That's STEAM Festival.
Very interesting. But does it actually work, Chris? When I start dancing, my mind is on the beat, not on questions and answers.
Yeah, it does. First season, which was last year, we also collect stats.
Okay.
All the participants that were on STEAM Festival Revision Game Show, all of them passed. This year
Well
the
done.
matric. Yes,
Wow.
it's and they always come back. They want to it's so amazing to see them, even when they write exams. They come, let's say we are hosting it, exam season, and they come after school, after writing. They want to see other schools competing because it's enjoyable.
Nice.
They have fun. Yeah, it works.
Well done, well done. Love it. So you're targeting learners between 12 and 17 years of age. And how do you then try and get them interested in the core of the subjects, which are STEM subjects, from this kind of concept?
Yeah, so the reason why I'm targeting 12 to 17 learners, we are trying to create education influencers, so that they can show the young ones, the foundation phase, that STEM is not difficult, and many young people don't actually fear STEM. They fear the unknown. Subjects like maths and science are often introduced in very formal environments, and that can make learners believe they are difficult before they even try, So we remove yeah, once learners become comfortable, they are far more willing to engage with challenging concepts, and we make STEM approachable by turning it into something exciting rather than that something to fear. And our goal is to replace anxiety, with curiosity, because once learners become curious, learning becomes natural, and let's create influencers in the education space, and because entertainment is more. You can look at social
Yeah.
media. I'm telling you, our kids can dance like nobody's business. But
It's
now,
true.
if we can put STEM and make STEM popular. 2 years ago, the Minister of DSTI, Department of Science Innovation, said learners are not taking STEM subjects anymore. And as STEM Festival, we looked at it and we said, oh, there's a gap. If learners don't take STEM subjects anymore, it's because they fear them. We say maths is difficult, science is difficult, but how about we combine it? We bring the A and make it entertaining, popularize it with something they love, it's amazing how the learners are taking it and coming back for more. We started with 4 schools.
Yeah.
This year we've got more than 15 schools, to show that it's
It is
working.
working.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well
yeah.
done, Chris. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. We're back in a jiffy right here. This is African Diaries. My special guest tonight is Chris, combining education with dance and music. And so you're saying from the 8th until the 11th of September, you're also launching STEM into the theater. And a lot of people are excited about this. Chris, how do they enroll?
Yes, from the 11th, no, from the 8th to 11th of September, we are launching the first, innovative where we're bringing the STEAM into the theater, the South African State Theater, because the STEM learners, we always leave them behind.
True.
We always look at we call them set works, we're looking at your Shakespeare. They can play it on stage, but what about the STEM subject learners? Why do we leave them behind? So as a STEAM festival, we said, no, we're not leaving any learner behind. This time, let's bring in the STEAM into the theater, and that's where now we're going to have a whole STEM, like your science, technology, engineering, maths. We created a script. It took us 5 years to put the script together. Now it's finally here. We are launching it, and we are going to be performing for the learners, for the parents. So we want all the community to come and witness this thing, and parents can expect to see a completely different side of we call them STEAMers. So we created a group of young people to influence STEM. They are cool kids, so they will be performing this showcase, and it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for learners to see education, and it can be enjoyable on stage. And yeah, so we tickets, they can get tickets on web tickets, they can come to the State Theatre. But to answer your question on how they can join STEAM Festival, they can, hit us on Steam, www.steamfestival.co.za. That's where they can see the application forms, or we've got also a WhatsApp number, 082-651-7393, where they can send us a WhatsApp message, if they're interested in joining STEAM Festival and come and watch us live.
Fantastic, but I need to ask you a question. Why South African State Theatre? Why not at a school hall or a classroom?
That's a good question. That's a good question because we started in the church.
Oh, okay.
We started booking a church. So last year we were in a church, and it was wonderful. We were piloting the project because the South African State Theatre is the biggest theatre in Africa. It's big. We wanted to see if this concept can work. And again, we start in classes. We visit schools. We workshop the learners. So we are both in schools and South African State Theatre. So it starts with us, the STEAMers, going to the schools, showcasing, showing the learners, like workshopping them, showing them how to take those difficult topics, in science and maths, and put them in a script format. And then they come to the State Theatre because we wanted learners to feel that their knowledge deserves a professional stage. South African State Theatre is the biggest theatre in Africa, big lights, big stage, and once learners remain in classroom, they naturally associate that environment with tests, homework, and pressure, but now when they step into a theater, something changes. They begin to dream bigger, express themselves more, freely, and gain confidence. The South African State Theatre represents creativity, excellence, and opportunity, by bringing STEM into the environment. We are sending a powerful message that education belongs to big stage, big stages too, not just a hall. It's possible. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, why don't you help me understand here? Take me through one of your STEM competition rounds. What does it look like?
Okay. So like I said, so we've got 50 learners per category, per school. They come and we workshop them. So so we work with them. So we will ask them questions. Let's give you an example, like life science or science, acid and base. If they find it difficult to understand the topic, so we start now working with them and start creating scripts, and we start now and also rehearsing with them, and that's how they get to put the whole thing together. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
now,
yes, just to add on that, around 80% of the program is curriculum-based educational content delivered through acting, singing, rap, you quiz, and the remaining 20% is entertainment, hence we call it edutainment, and through dance performance, which keeps learners energized and engaged.
Yeah, this is a new approach of teaching school children. How do you get teachers involved?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I'll start by saying most teachers, they think we are there to take their jobs.
So they don't like you.
No, 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 no. They think, we are changing the game,
Yeah.
and they don't realize that we are there to help them. Hence we call ourselves a revision game show. They are there to teach, and we get in to help them,
Yeah.
the kids to revise, so we make their job easy, basically. And teaching kids the old way, of learning, sometimes they get bored.
They
We
do.
need to just shake them a bit and
Yeah.
and and so that they can enjoy going to school. Yeah.
And responses from the parents, have those been
So
positive?
yeah, so responses from parents is amazing. It's amazing. They even join, they join us, they come and they watch. And it's good to see parents coming to to school and watch their kids. Not usually we'll see parents coming to private schools, to support their kids. But now we can even see it, little guys, parents coming and
Yeah.
supporting the learners. So it's so amazing.
Okay. So when do we encounter one of these very interesting ways of teaching, and how long are you going to be running it at the State Theatre?
Okay. So it's with a state theater. It's a partnership. So it now we getting to the quarterfinals on the 24th of July, next Friday. We start in the quarterfinals and we'll be heading to semis and finale. It's going to be on the 18th of September. So we're gonna see who's delivering the best content in Gauteng, through STEAM Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's ending on the 18th of September because it's term 3. We don't
Okay.
want to distract the learners when it comes to the final exams. So we are going to assist them with term 2 content so that they don't forget what they learned in term 2, and also edit with term 3 so that when the exams come, they are fully ready, and we show them they can listen to the content through music and they revise. Yeah.
Well done. Love it. So where do you perhaps see this concept being in the next 3 to 5 years? You think that it's going to go beyond Gauteng?
Yes, 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 yes. Now we in a process of getting it on TV so that it
Okay.
can reach more learners, out there, and would like to see the concept being implemented, in the classroom. We want to
Mm.
see teachers starting to teach in a fun way, because times evolve. We need to also move with the times. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we want to be national. We want to go national with this concept. Yeah.
All right. And what role will social media play on this concept?
Yeah, no, with this question, it takes me back to where this concept started. Most people, I don't share this a lot. Just after YouTube launched in SA 2010, we started Africa Connect Online. Basically, we started EdBook Media. The EdBook Media was focusing on promoting positivity in schools, because usually on media, in media, we always hear bad things about schools. We only hear good things when they announce top learners in Feb. So this is an important question, because we started at Book Media around 2011, yeah, joining the social media movement. Hence, we've got Africa Connect Online, and we hit 3.6 million hits. within 6 months of
Wow.
launching the social media. But back then, remember 2011, we didn't have Copy Act.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't know what we were doing, basically. You know, we were just trying our luck, and it worked. It worked, but we said we don't want to look like any other social media. You know, we said we want to be unique. We are going to close down this social media platform called Group Media, and we'll come back strongly with Africa Connect Online, focusing in promoting education, you know, and we've been doing it. I remember 2012, we even started, now the podcasts are, you know, are famous, people are famous on podcasts, and we were doing it in 2012. I remember we had a podcast called Radioactive Hour, you know, where we were calling learners in studio and engaging with them, asking them, you know, curriculum, you know, STEM related questions, you know. Yeah, so social media has become one of our strongest tools because today's generations lives on online. And when learners see videos of other schools performing, competing and enjoying themselves, it creates excitement, you know, and curiosity. They staying that excitement helps build momentum before learners even arrive at the theater. You know, social
Yeah.
media also helps parents and teachers understand what STEAM is all about. They get to see how we transform subjects that some learners once considered difficult into energetic, exciting, and learning experience. You know, by the time schools arrive, the learners arrive at schools already, you know, what to expect, and the energy in the classroom is, you know, it's incredible. So social media is helping us a lot, and it's also helping us to promote. You know, we're getting DMs. You know, we are most active on TikTok because that's where most learners are active. You know, and we're getting DMs. They want to join because they see other learners do it. You know, and remember now, the arts are not like before in schools. You know, so it also revives the arts. You know, in schools. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you're an amazing guy. Thank you so much. This is great innovation,
Thank you.
and we wish you the best. We'll see you at the South African State Theatre. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you so much.